That's awesome. Okay, I'm recording right now. So this recording is for anybody, you guys included, if you guys need to, if you guys need a reminder on what we're talking about today. So, all right, so what we did so far is we reminded ourselves how to find the GCF, right? And so you guys are going to see an example of this right now. So what we're looking for is the greatest common factor of the first term, the second term, and the third term. So the first one we're going to deal with is we're going to find the greatest common factor of 18, 6, and 24. Now, if you guys go back, I've shown you two ways to do that. The first way is by listing out all the factors. The second way is by doing the prime factorization. Don't care what one you use, totally up to you. So 18 is 1 times 18, 2 times 9, 3 times 6. Okay, 6 is just 1 times 6, 2 times 3, and 24 is 1 times 24, 2 times 12, 3 times, oh, I'm going to run out of room, 4 times 6. So by looking at this, I see that 1 is common, 2 is common, 3 is common, but 6 is the greatest common factor, right? So I know my greatest common factor for my numbers, my coefficients, is 6. Did you guys get that?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Now I move on to my variables. My variable y. So y to the fourth is 4y's. Y to the third is 3y's. And y squared is 2y's. So my greatest common factor is y squared. All right. So is that what you guys got for the greatest common factor? Yeah.
Yep.
Good. So hopefully you guys are starting to understand just how to find the GCF. Are there any questions on that? We okay?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So now that we are comfortable with finding the GCF, we can use that to factor. Okay. So if you look at this, I want to factor negative 12x to the third power plus 18x squared minus 27x. So first step, I'm going to factor. And look, I showed it to you guys both ways. All right. Because again, do I care what way you use? No, I don't. Totally up to you. So this way, I've listed out all of the factors. 1 times 12, 2 times 6, 3 times 4, and 3 x's. 18, 1 times 9, oh, 18, I forgot that. Whoops. 1 times 18, 2 times 9, 3 times 6, and 27, 1 times 27, 3 times 9. So common factors are 1, 3, oh, and that's it, right? So 3 is my common factor. Then with the x's, it's only 1. So 3x is my greatest common factor, right? Over here, if you did the prime factorization, remember the factor tree, you'd notice that I have 1 in common. I have a 2, 2, no 2 here. I have a 3, 3. Oh, yay, there it is. So 3 is my common factor. And then I have an x. So that's my greatest common factor. Now watch what happens, okay? This is how you factor a trinomial, okay? You are going to divide each term by 3x. You're going to divide each term by 3x. So basically, you're going to pull a 3x out of this term, out of that term, and out of that term. You ready? So what's negative 12 divided by 3? Negative 4. Okay, are you watching? Okay, paying attention? So I'm going to pull a 3x out. So 3x is pulled out. So let me move this down a little bit. So negative 12x to the third power divided by 3x leaves us with a negative 4x squared. Okay, I know, can you guys see? I know that's right in your way. I'm sorry. Can you see that? You can stand up if you need to for just a second. Okay, because watch, 3 times -4 is -12. X to the first power times x squared is x to the third power. Now here we go. What's 18 divided by 3?
-6.
Oh,
Not 9.
6. All right. And then x squared divided by x is just x. So I get 6x. Minus, here we go.
9.
What's 27 divided by 3? 9. And then x divided by x is nothing. 1. So there it is. Look at, we just factored that trinomial and got that. Okay. Did you guys get that written down? Sorry. Congratulations. We just factored. Read the bed, read the phone, come to the air. All right. So here we go. We're going to find the greatest common factor of all of these. So x to the third power is just x times x times x, right? 5x squared is just 5 times x times x. And then 22 is 1, 2, and 11. Wait, 11 and 22, and then there's 1x behind it. Okay, I forgot the 1 here, sorry. So 1 times 5. Okay, so if you look at this, what's the only common term?
Oh, X.
Just an x. So we're going to pull that out. We're going to pull out an x, not a z, an x. So we are going to go x to the third power divided by x is what? What's left over?
1.
Ooh, so watch. So it's x to the third divided by x.
2x. Or 2x squared.
Okay, all right. So that's
X
division.
squared.
So remember, we subtract those. So it's what's left over?
X squared.
Yep, x to the second power. Okay, plus, oh, I hate when I do that. Plus, what's x? Well, there's no, my number doesn't change because I didn't pull out a number. So it's just 5 left over. And then what's x squared divided by x?
1. Or x to the first power.
Yep. Because watch, x squared, are you guys writing this down? Divided by x to the first power. 2 minus 1 is 1. Minus, well, I didn't pull out a number, so 22 is still in there. But x divided by x is,
0.
well, 1. And there it is. That's how you factor it. Okay, how are we doing so far? All right, moving forward then. Okay, your turn. Factor out the GCF of -16y to the 6th power plus 28y to the 4th power minus 20y to the 3rd power. I'm going to pause this. Oh, might help if you guys can actually see the problem. Okay, so I want you guys to try this on your own right now. Go. All right, so the first step that we need to do is we need to find the greatest common factor. So we need to find the greatest common factor of 16, 28, and 20. All right, or y to the 6th, y to the 4th, and y to the 3rd. So 16, 1, 16, 2, 8, and then 4. 28, 1 times 28, 2 times 14, uh-oh. And 3 and 7?
No, 4 and 7.
4 and 7, thank you. See, and that's why I'm a little worried about this, because and we have 1 times 20, 2 times 10, 4 times 5. This one has 6 y's after it. And this one has 4 y's after it. And this one has 3 y's after it. So 1's in common, 2's in common, but the biggest one in common is 4. And then y to the 3rd power. So 4y to the 3rd power is my greatest common factor. Now that I have that, I pull it out. Okay, so 4y to the 3rd power. Now what's left over? 4 times what? Let me erase this so you guys can see this in works. So negative 16y to the 6th plus 28y to the 4th minus 20y to the 3rd. So that's the original one. So watch, if I pull out a 4y to the 3rd power, 4 times what is negative 16?
4.
How about a negative 4, right? And then y to the 6th divided by y to the 3rd is y to the 3rd, right? Plus 4 times what is 28? 7. And then 4 minus 3 is 1.
Well, you don't.
Right, you know. And so 4 times what is 20?
4, 5.
5. And then 3 minus 3 is 1, so that's gone. Here is your answer. You just factored a trinomial. Congratulations. Okay, comments, questions, or concerns? No? Okay, you guys got that written down?
Yeah.
All right. Oh gosh, no. Oh gosh, no. Thank you so much. Oh, you are awesome. Yep, I'll see you on Wednesday. Have a good day. All right, here we go. Now, this actually moves into the next chapter. Okay, so this is the next chapter. So this is 7 whatever. So now we're moving into what's called factoring x squared plus bx plus c. All right, now we can make it as easy as we want, or you can make it as confusing as you want. I don't care. All right, let's make it easy though. Easy is much, much, much better. So what I mean by factoring this is you might have a problem that looks like this. 2x squared plus 4x plus 10. That's what this is. All right, so that's what we're talking about right here. And so here we go. We know this. And remember what we learned. That x plus 2 times x plus 3 is x squared plus 5x plus 6, right? You guys remember how we got that? Because what we would do is we add those two inside things together, right? Remember, right? But let's look at this a little bit closer. These two back numbers, the two end numbers right here, this and this gave us this right here, the 6. Agree? All right. The inside numbers, okay, was from this and this and this and this, right? So 5x came from those two, correct? So basically we added these two together to get this middle number. Are you with me? And then this first number came from the two first terms that were multiplied together. Are you with me? Okay, you guys know where all those things came from. Because it's super, super, super important. So watch, the product of the second terms in the binomials give you the last term of the trinomial. The sum of the second terms of the binomials is equal to the coefficient of the second term of the trinomial. I know that's a lot of stuff, but just go with it, okay? So watch, okay? So if we are factoring, then we have to look for two things. We have to look for the product of the product and the sum of the second terms of the binomial. And remember, we're factoring. All right, so we're breaking this answer right here into this. So we're kind of doing opposite of what we already did. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to start with the very, very, very last term, 36. And we're going to list out all of the factors of those. So 1 times 36, 2 times 18, 3 times 12, 4 times 9. Then, I need to go back and explain this a little bit better. Okay, hold on, let me have a page. Insert page before. Okay, so what we're trying to do today, you guys, is this. If I gave you this x squared plus, hold on, I have to think, I'm sorry, 15, 11x, okay? Yeah, all right, look, eyes up here. I'm asking you guys to factor this. So I'm asking you to find the product of the two binomials, all right? So we know that it's going to be x plus something, x plus something. So this is what I'm trying to find today. Okay, got it? Hello? Ella? 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 Are you with me? I hope so. Okay, so this is what I'm looking for today. So I'm giving you the trinomial and I'm going to make you break it into the product of two binomials. All right, so what we do is you always start off with the last term given and you list out all of the factors of those two terms. Because we know the last term comes from the product of the last two terms. Then we look at this one. This is the product of both of those factors. So watch. I know 36 is 1 times 36. But if I added 1 plus 36 is 37. Does that equal 13? Nope. So these are not an option. So the next factors are 2 times 18. The sum of 2 plus 18 is 20. Is that 13? So that is not an option. Next one is 3 times 12. Well, 3 plus 12 is 15. Is that 13?
No.
So it's not those. So the next two factors are 4 times 6. Well, what's 4 plus 6? I'm sorry. 4 times 9. Oh, winner, chicken dinner. So those two win. So what that means, look at the second page. Okay, all we do is write x plus 9 times x plus 4. Because watch, if we were to multiply those like we learned how to do, watch. This would be x squared, 9x, 4x, 36. If I add those together, I get x squared, 4 plus 9 is 13, and then 9 times 9 is 36. So it's just backwards of what we did last week, okay? Are you with me? Besides you're falling asleep in class. Come on, peeps, let's go, Joe. All right, so here we go. This is your first one. We're gonna write this down. We are gonna factor this trinomial into the product of two binomials. So our answer is going to be x plus something times x plus something else, okay? First step, we have to list out the factors of 28. 1 times 28 is 28. Well, what's 1 plus 28?
29.
So that is not gonna work. So let's move on to 2 times 14. So 2 plus 14 is, that will not work. So the next two would be 4 times 7. Well, what's 4 plus 7?
11.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner, chicken dinner. So all I do is plug those in to this. So x plus 4 times x plus 7. Congratulations, we just factored. That's it.
Come up with equations.
What?
How do people come up with these back equations?
They have lots of time on their hands. Okay, here we go. Ready? Ready for the next part?
Mhm.
Okay, here we go. But unfortunately, not all trinomials are going to be addition. So look at this problem right here. And remember this, that what's a negative times a negative?
Positive.
Oh, so when we're looking for the factors of 18, they're both going to have to be negative factors because this middle number right here is negative. Okay? So here we go. Factors of 18. Negative 1 times negative 18. Well, what's negative 1 plus negative 18? Negative 19. Doesn't work. All right. So negative 2 times negative 9. Well, what's negative 2 plus negative 9? Oh, winner, winner, chicken dinner. So here's what it would be. X minus 2 times x minus 9. So x minus 2 times x minus 9. Okay? So you have to be careful and you have to look at the problem. Okay, got it? Did you write that down? Okay, ready? All right.
Looks like Corey has a question.
Corey. Yeah, pull your mask up. I don't want to tell you anything wrong. Okay, here we go. So ready? Let's look at this one. So first step, they were looking for factors of 15 that have a sum of negative 8. Factors of 15 that have a sum of negative 8. Okay? So factors of 15. And they have to have a sum of negative 8, so they have to be a negative. So a negative times a negative, so if I add these together, what's negative 1 plus negative 15?
16.
Negative 16, right? That doesn't work. So move on to 3. What's negative 3 times negative 5? Aha, winner, winner, chicken dinner. Negative 8. So it would be x minus 3 times x minus 5. Okay? Got it?
Yeah.
Okay, over here, ready? So we have to have factors of 42 that have a sum of negative 13. So since my sum is a negative, that means I'm going to have
Negative.
negatives. So negative 1 times negative 42. That's negative 43. That doesn't work. Okay, negative 2 times negative 21. That's negative 23. That doesn't work. Negative 3 times, help. What would that be? 16? No, 14? What's 42 divided by 3? Anybody?
I'll work on it.
14, okay. Times negative 14, that's negative 17. I'm getting closer, getting closer. 4 doesn't go into it, but negative 6 and negative 7. How about negative 13? Winner, winner, chicken dinner. So it's x minus 6 times x minus 7. Okay, all right, how are we doing so far? Are you guys getting it?
Yeah.
All right. Easy, cheesy, lemon squeezy. All right. Now, sometimes you're gonna have to be creative because sometimes the product of the two numbers is negative, but the sum is positive. Oh my goodness. So are you ready? Here we go. So factors of negative 6 might be negative 1 times positive 6, right? Okay. Or it might be 1 times negative 6. Or it could be negative 2 times 3. Or it could be positive 2 times negative 3, right? Don't those all have a value of negative 6? Yeah. But the sum has to be positive 5. Negative 1 plus 6, there it is right there. All right, but just to show you the rest of it, that's not going to work. All right, so this would be it right here, right? So your answer would be this. X plus 1 times x minus 6. So sometimes you're going to have to be super duper creative. Got it? Okay, did you get that written out? Almost. Okay, ready? So here we go, another special one. All right, factors of negative 14 that have a sum of negative 5. So here we go, we're gonna start with factors. Oh, I don't need to rewrite it, it's already written for me. So let's list out factors. We have 1 times negative 14. We have negative 1 times positive 14. We have 2 times negative 7, or we have negative 2 times positive 7, right? All right, so if I add those together, 1 plus negative 14, that's negative 13, doesn't work. All right, negative 1 plus 14, that's a positive 13, that doesn't work. 2 plus what?
It's both negative up there. Up for the equation.
Right, so we're looking for the sum of negative 14, or the product of negative 14 that has a sum of negative 5.
But wouldn't they both be negative?
No, because what's a negative times a negative? Positive. Yep, and a negative times a positive is a negative. Okay, you with me?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, oh, look it, we ran into it. 2 and negative 7 has a sum of negative 5. So therefore, those are the two numbers we're going to use. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. So it would be x plus 2 times x minus 7. X plus 2 times x minus 7. I have to see if it's- yeah. last, I believe this next one is the last one.
It is.
So we're looking for factors that make -16, okay, but have a sum of +6, right? So -16. 1 times -16 or -1 times 16. 2 times -8 or -2 times +8.
That one.
Or -4 times +4. All right.
-2 times 8.
Okay, perfect. And that's the thing. You guys don't have to list all these out. Once you know it, you know it. You don't have to work it out. I'm going to work it out just so you guys can see it, okay? So 1 plus -16 is -15. Yep. -1 plus 16 is +15. Yep. 2 plus -8 is a -6. Yep. -2 plus +8 is a +6. And then -4 plus 4 is 0. So my winner chicken dinner is right here. That fits both situations. So it would be x minus 2 times x plus 8. All right, got it? Okay.